Okay, you with me? Zion. Yes, Felix? Keshem shehakavana b'hithavut rakia. Just like when God made this firmament on the second day of creation, the purpose of it was she'achar kach, that afterwards, b'yom hashlishi, on the third day, hu yavi liyadei maila mushlemet, a more complete at his elevation, namely what, that the upper waters will join with the bottom waters. Asher mishum kach, that therefore, ne'amar me'uchar, it says kitov. That's why on the third day it says it was good. Also on creating this, the division itself. Kach gam lagabi espali Korach. Same thing with Koracht. Koracht thought, I'm going to make a big division. And this division is really going to be for the good. Just like God made the division, it was for the good. I'm going to do the same thing for the good.
He didn't realize that the second day was not in good? Only the third day?
Let's see. Shedom l'rakia ma'avdil. HaKodesh Baruch Hu garam. Just like God caused l'machloket Korach, for the division of Korach. And we can actually close the outside door, if you don't mind. You can go there and close. There's the door to the hall. Right. Okay. Let's just take a simple example. Take a simple example. When simple people see a big rabbi, right? Oh, they're a tremendously holy person, right? They see the Baba Sali, they see a holy man. They kiss his feet, they kiss his hands, so tremendously given over to him, right? If a big Talmid Chacham, a person who knows the whole Torah, he knows everything, he sees a big tzaddik, Baba Sali, he looks, he says, he's greater than me, there's no doubt about it. But he doesn't go crazy. He doesn't kiss his feet, doesn't kiss his hand. He says, oh, this is a holy man, this is something else. But he's not all emotional, right? Not all emotional. If all the Jewish people, if they're all in this level of spirituality, so they don't really appreciate the Kohanim so much. If we can keep everybody separate, so that the low people, they just work in world, and the upper people, they work on the heavenly things, then the lower people will appreciate the upper people more. They'll have more of an appreciation. And that's what Korach wanted to do. Korach wanted to make this division so that when the two groups do unite, they'll always remember that they're separate. The lower people will remember, Sure, good thing, that's what he wanted to do. Right? Yeah, sure. Had a very good intention. What would be this connection? The connection were the 24 gifts that everyone gave to the Kohanim. The 24 gifts. When you give these gifts to the Kohanim, do you really feel this is the Kohanim? These are really super people. You know, they are really, God really gave them a super gift. You know, they are holy. There's something totally different from me. It's true, we're all holy. Everyone's holy. But their holiness is like a whole different type, right, than mine is. So then they really appreciate it, right? They really appreciate the music. It's the same thing, let's say, the same thing in music school. Yeah, they're all people, they're all musicians, right? When they go to an orchestra, what did you want to say something?
Yeah, bringing it into this today's world. The Kohanim, if the Kohanim acted like Kohanim, they respected it, held it off. Same today with Israelis, with Jews. If we act as proper Jews, the world respects us. But we start acting.
Okay, that's a little bit different, because it's sort of like the opposite of what Korach wanted. Right? Korach didn't want there to be people that in essence are totally different. There's people who have different talents. There's spiritual people, there's physical people. He wanted to make a big division between the spiritual and the physical. Spiritual people are, to be held in awe and reverence because they have spirituality. Right? They have a talent. I mean, maybe you can say it's the same thing nowadays. They have people who are rock and roll singers. or actors, right? They're just like everybody else. And in fact, when you look into them, you see that they're really like everybody else. They have nothing, but they know how to sing good, right? Sing good. And because they know how to sing good, so they're put up on this pedestal. Oh, he sold 1 million copies, he sold 1 billion copies. He's watched all the time, he's on television all the time, he is famous, he is big, he is great. Why? Because he has this one sort of talent that he can sing. So that makes him, wow, something. Everybody watches him. That's something like Koracht wanted to do. Koracht wanted to say, listen, there's some people, they have a talent, that they're spiritual people. Not that they're essentially different like Moses. They're people just like everybody else, but they have this super talent. And because of this talent to be spiritual, as therefore everybody should really be excited about, giving them the gifts, the Kohanic gifts. That's what he wanted. Kach gam lagabi es pali Korach. That's what Korach wanted. Shedome l'rakia mavdil. It was something like this heaven that separates between the lower waters and the upper waters. HaKodesh Baruch Hu, just like on the second day of creation. HaKodesh Baruch Hu garam l'machloket Korach ala kahana. God caused that Korach would want to be a Kohen. Kadesh yagia achar kach liyadei netinat kaf daled matanot shabnei Israel ve'inyaneim lekahuna. Sorry, we have to find somehow or other. They're going to close. They're going to fix up this room. They're going to put the door. Babrit melach olam. Kolomar. In other words, shechibur elyonim v'tachtonim. Korach wanted to do what God did: divide between the lower waters and the upper waters in order to unite them afterwards. What does it mean? He wanted to make a clear division. The Kohanim he would be a Kohen, the Kohanim would be high, holy. The regular people, they would be mundane. And then when they joined together, when the mundane people, they gave the gifts to the Kohanim, Truma, the firstborn, Shagama Yehudim oskim b'inyanei olam. And that when the Jews, that they're regular, normal Jews, manikim, mia rishon, mia muvchar, when they give the first, the choice to God, hado, which comes by means of matnas kahuna, giving it to the Kohen, then yechazak harbe yoter, then it'll be much more strong. Mikfi shoya lifnei machloket Korach. Before Korach made his argument, what was everybody thinking? Everyone is holy. Everyone's pretty much the same. And Aaron is the one that's doing it. Aaron is the one that's showing us how holy everybody is. Aaron is a totally different type of person. And he's showing us how holy every Jew really is, how special every Jew is. Korach said, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that. All the Jews they're already holy. They're already holy. But God made, some are more holy than others. Like it says, everyone is equal, but some are more equal more than others. There are some Jews that have a talent to be holy. We're going to make a division. These holy people, they're going to be holy. And the regular people are going to be regular. And then regularly, the simple people will give the gifts to the Kohanim. Then they're going to appreciate the Kohanim even more. They're going to appreciate them more. As it is, Aaron is completely inaccessible, unapproachable. Aaron is so holy and high, he's like God. His whole thing is to bring godliness into the world. We're going to make it that the Kohanim, their whole thing is to connect to God. They're separate, not to bring God into the world. They're separate. The people, they're here to fix up the world. And once in a while, they connect. When they give the gifts to the Kohanim, they give Truma, they give Maasros. That's what Korach wanted.
It's strange because if we jump ahead 38 years, the death of Aaron, has there ever been a man more loved?
That was after this.
And Aaron?
That's after.
They said that there were 40,000 little boys at the funeral named Aaron.
That was 38 years after this whole thing happened. Yeah. But if it wouldn't have been that way, if Korach would have won, then there wouldn't be nothing special, nothing so. Huh? He didn't win, sure. This is the connection between what we see in this week's portion, that talking about the 24 gifts that the Kohanim received from the people. That's the connection to the Parsha of the argument of Korach. Even though that they are two opposites. What do you mean opposites? Koracht wanted to divide the people. He wanted to make trouble. And the gifts for the Kohanim are uniting the people. Exactly the opposite. Uniting of the people by giving the gifts, that's what, like something like the third day of creation. And that's what Koracht wanted to do, that's the second day of creation, dividing. And that's what Koracht wanted to do, just like God. He wanted to make a division so that people would appreciate it more when they united. Right? When they, I was by the Kohanim today, the holy people, yeah. Like people nowadays, they say, you don't know who I saw. I saw, this big movie star today. I saw this big rock star today. Big deal. Right? Why is it a big deal? Because they made him big. That's what Koracht wanted to do. He wanted the Kohanim to be big. Big, make a division. They're holy. Right? Everybody is. Right? When one of these rock and roll stars or whatever, they go on the street, they have guards around them, and when they're on the stage, they have the security there is watching him. He's special. Really, it's the same thing as everybody else, but he's special. Now, when everybody, I touched the shoe of whatever this rock and roll star, my life, I'll never wash my hand again.
Kind of funny because, when you think about it,
Sure.
When you see a Kohen now, it's just like,
Yeah, sure, that's right. That's the way it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be that the Kohanim were people that their whole purpose was just to bring a blessing to the people, but not that they were something separate or something weird or something like that. They were just supposed to bring blessings to the people. The connection, they would connect people to God. And Koracht wanted to make it that the Kohanim would be a separate talent in itself. They would be like the movie stars. They would be the special people. And then, everybody was equal. They were all the same.
At the time of the temple, the time of the Mishkan, the Kohen were like the movie stars. They were heavily involved in the running of the temple.
Because that was their job.
That was their job. Exactly.
That was their job. That was their task in the world.
That happened anyway.
No, it wasn't the same thing. The Kohanim, the job of the Kohanim was to bring blessing into the world. People's eyes were on God, not on the Kohanim.
Well, no, actually, I've read that people would go to the temple, and of course they would experience manifestation of Hashem, but also they would see the Kohanim and how devoted they were in their work, and they would come back and be inspired by that.
I never heard that, but it sounds good. Let's do another one here. V'zeu atam, in the last paragraph on the right side. This is the reason, Sheparsha zu b'Torah, that this chapter of the Torah is called by the name of Koracht. Limrod, even though the Koracht means karcha, means a division. Hu hepech mi'inyan Torah. Koracht is the opposite of Torah. The whole purpose of the Torah is to make peace in the world, not na shalom olam. Metziut chadasha hi, shegam Koracht yitached im Torah. And this is the whole idea of Koracht. Koracht wanted to divide the Jews so that when they did come together, it would be more of a novelty, more of a big thing. Koracht wanted to be, like I say, like a movie star, like the rock star, so that when you open the doors, everybody comes in. Ooh, I'm in the same room as this movie star. Everybody appreciates it more. So Koracht wanted unity, but he wanted to make the division first in order so that the unity would be more appreciated. Gam mimachloket mikorach, he wanted that there should be eventually peace, just like it was when God created the world. On the second day he made a division, on the third day he made unity. Shegam achar matan Torah, even after the matan Torah, notra hafrada bein elyonim letachtonim. He wanted that even after matan Torah, that there should be this division between the holy people and the regular people. V'adarabba, zeh achirush shel matan Torah. This is the whole novelty of matan Torah, said Koracht. Shegam atachtonim kamot shehem bedarga u'matzav shel tachtonim yem mechubarim be'elyonim. What's that? Yes, that's what he wanted. Koracht wanted to make unity. He wanted that the world as it is should be unified. That's good. That's really good. What's his mistake? The mistake is, like I said in the morning, the means. The goal is wonderful. He had a goal that he wanted to have peace. The question is, was the means right? Was his idea really right? What's his idea? That the Kohanim are people like everybody else. They just have a certain talent. And that's his point. What's Aaron's point? That the Kohen, especially the Kohen Gadol, is a totally different type of human being. What? Koracht. Yeah, sure. Something like that. Or you want to call it democracy, whatever you want to call it. Communism was more an economic system than a political system, ideally. I mean, political experts, majors can maybe say that I'm wrong, but this is how I understand it. Communism was mainly an economic system. It was that the whole problem of the world, said Marx, is money. The rich people have money, and because they're rich, they make the simple people work, and they're working, they can't be on their own, and the rich people, therefore, they can squeeze the poor people, give them the minimum to eat, and so they'll always be dependent on the rich people, and the rich people make more and more money, they get more and more power, the poor people are more and more dependent, and they're afraid to leave the rich people, and there's no way of breaking out of it. The rich people have all the money, they have all the power, they have the army, they have everything there is, and the poor people, they have nothing. And so they always have to be servants and workers, and right. And the only way we can get out of it is unite, revolt, right? Revolt, knock down the rich people. So ideally, what communism was, it didn't really. I mean, in a way, communism succeeded. Everybody was poor. They made everyone poor. There used to be rich people and poor people. Communism made it that everyone was poor, except for the leaders, right? They used to have a saying that in communist Russia they had a saying that everyone in communist Russia was a thief except for Stalin, because everything belongs to him. So he can't steal because everything he takes already belonged to him.
Somebody asked Nixon what the food was like when he went to China. And he was thought that China was very poor those days. If you're President Nixon, that's very good.
What?
If you're Nixon.
If you're President Nixon, the food is good, sure. Give him the best food, yeah. Okay. Now we can understand what this has to do with Gimel Tammuz. So again, what did Koracht want to do? Koracht wanted to make a division in order that through this division there would be a unity afterwards. What did he want to do in order to do that? He wanted to knock down Aaron and establish himself to be like rock stars. They were going to be big shots, holy people, way up there. Everyone would worship them because they were different. And then when the people united with them and gave them the gifts, they would really appreciate it. Then there would be unity and see that everyone was holy.
So have we come to a complete answer yet as to why this Parshat is named Koracht?
Because Korach had good intentions. He had good intentions.
It's the same thing about Hitler. He had good intentions, but
Yeah.
Okay, you could say that he did. The only thing is he didn't really have good intentions. Listen, Korach's intentions were the same intentions as the Torah. The intention of the Torah is that the physical world should eventually be connected with the spiritual, be one. And that's what Korach wanted to do. But he said, in order to make this oneness, let's make a big division first, and then we can appreciate the oneness that happens afterwards. Right? Hitler's thing was he just wanted to kill everybody that wasn't German. Huh? Stalin wanted to kill everybody he just wanted to kill everybody. He wanted to kill anyone that interfered with, his idea of equality.
We were talking earlier about the name of the Parshat was just to reflect something good.
Right. So here we're saying, let's see.
Can't Koracht, the name of the Parshat be the good in it is that it's a warning is how not to be?
No. That's the Rebbe's question. There has to be something that's revealed good. He says, what's revealed good was his intentions. His intentions were great. His intentions were fantastic. It's like they have, they used to have on television. I think they still have now. They used to have these programs, the $100,000 question, $64,000 question. This was like in the 50s. What was the 60s? They put a person in a booth, and then they would bring out a policeman with a case, there would be a safe, and only he knew the combination. He would open it up. He would take out an envelope, and they would ask this man a question, right? And they would ask him a question. How do you spell, anti-disestablishmentarianism? How do you spell? Or who was the 50th president of Finland or something? So the camera would zoom in on him. They would see that he was going. There would be music. Higher and they would zoom in on him, saw the sweat coming down. And I was thinking they would build up the tension. They would build up the tension, and finally would say, the 72nd king of Finland was, he says, yes, what is it? Zroka. He said, you're right. The one. Well, afterwards they found out that really they gave him all the answers beforehand. It was a big scandal in America, a big scandal for a long time. But the thing was, they had to build up the tension. By building up the tension, it became interesting, right? If they would ask a question, he said, what was the 72nd question? It was Zorka. That was it. Who would want to watch it? The same thing Koracht wanted to do. That's what he wanted to do. You want to have unity in the world? Let's people who appreciate the unity. If first of all there's tension, right? Tension. There has to be two opposites. You ever hear this? There's what's called thesis, antithesis, synthesis. There's one thing, the thing that's the thesis. Then there's the antithesis. Then there's the opposite of it. And then there's synthesis that comes together. We have God, then we have the normal people, and then we have, they all come together. Oh, Koracht said that's a good idea. That's what we want. But in order to do this, we got to get rid of Aaron. Aaron's thing is that all the people are unified. They're already just to work. Aaron wanted to bring blessings to everyone, inspire everyone to be high. Koracht said, I want the low people to be low. I want the high people to be high. But I want them to meet once in a while. Right? It's more interesting that way. And said that the good idea. What's wrong with it? A very good idea. It's good for television. It's good for...
So what could he have done that would have made it acceptable?
To let Aaron take it over. To let God do what God wanted to do. God said there has to be a person Aaron. There has to be a person Moshe. Aaron is trying to teach every Jew to be holy, to bring out the holiness in every single Jew. Right? So there's no this big division like Koracht wanted to make in the middle. But to show that everyone is equal. Let's say, for instance, what the Lubavitcher Rebbe says. The Lubavitcher Rebbe says, every Jew wants to do the whole Torah. Simple Jews, low Jews. That's why in the beginning the Chassidic movement had tremendous opposition. Tremendous opposition it had. Because they wanted to say, like Koracht, the wise men, the Talmidei Chacham, have to be Talmidei Chachamim. They have to be up there. Don't mess around. Not everybody can come into the learning room. Right? You have to know how to learn Gemara, you have to know. Then we'll accept you as one of the... And the simple people will remain simple, and the higher people, and they came along the Baal Shem Tov and said, no, we have to teach the simple people Torah, and we have to teach the Talmidei Chachamim humility. We're going to make everyone equal. Koracht's thing was separation, and their thing was humility. Now we can understand the connection to Gimel Tammuz. Let's just read this outside. Oh, yes.